Hi there, this is Mahar Haddad. Today I have decided to make a new YouTube video on my YouTube channel to speak about the Zenarmor. Zenarmor is a plugin that you can use it with the like OPNsense, for example, and it has really a lot of functions as when we speak about security and firewalling. So let's go directly and see what is Zenarmor, and to also check how we can download and install OPNsense on VirtualBox, and also then we put it on GNS3, then to install the Zenarmor and to see what function it has exactly. So let's go directly and start with our work. So here I'm on the Zenarmor website, which is zenarmor.com. And if you go to the product, you have Zenarmor Next Generation Firewall plugin. So it's nothing more than a plugin that you can use it with the operating systems or with routers like OPNsense and also pfSense as well. So if you see, it has everything what is you need for security. For example, if we look here on the product, let's go to the product, and then you can see it's saying here it's time to empower your open source firewall. So it works with the open source. And if we look here, you have an edition, which is free edition. That's something I highly advise you to go for it and get it. It's free edition, and we're gonna speak in a moment about the what you can do on the free edition. So it's stop for you real-time attacks. So that's something it can do. Cloud reputation and threat intelligence. Prevent evasive threats with the TLS inspection. Always be in the know with industry best reporting. Get reports every time. You can do the you use the Zenarmor. Improve business productivity with applications. So what you can do, you can allow and disallow applications, like we're gonna do with the lab today, to, for example, to stop Facebook. How we can do that using the Zenarmor. And also easy take control of your network with policy-based web filtering. So you can also stop some webs like they put them into categories. For example, if you want to stop anything which is for adults or for advertisement or for blogs or whatever, you can just by one click you do it and it's done. It's also integrated with the Windows Active Directory, and you can also block harmful content with parental control as well. And of course, you can manage everything from everywhere, because then you can also connect to the cloud, and then from there you can, from the cloud, you can do whatever you want on your network. So that's something what the Zenarmor has. So also, of course, you can get an API key, and then you can integrate it with some other softwares in case you want to do that. That's possible. Now, if we look to the let's go to the pricing. So you have a different type of prices, but what I advise you to do is just to get this one, the one for free. And over here you can read what you can do for the free, because you don't have to pay anything. It's for free, and as it is an open source using OPNsense, for example, it's also for free. So I highly advise you to use that one, and you can see all the features when you click on all features, what it can do for you. I'm not gonna speak exactly what the OPNsense, what the Zenarmor can do as the free, but what I'm going to do is to just apply it directly on a lab. Of course, here you can also see that network analysis for free edition, real-time threat blocking, application control, web filtering, cloud management, community forum support, and so forth. So I highly advise you to go to that one. Let's start directly getting our OPNsense installed on VirtualBox. Then I'm gonna do a lab using GNS3 once I have it on the VirtualBox. So first, let's go to OPNsense website to download the OPNsense, which is a firewall open source that you can use platform. And of course, over here you come to download, and it detects your system architecture. So AMD 64, I'm gonna say here I want it as DVD, and then you click on download, then the download will start. I have already downloaded to WinTime, so and also I put it on my desktop here. So this is OPNsense, I got it over here. Now, what I need to do is just to go to the VirtualBox. VirtualBox is nothing more than a software which is also free of charge. Also, if you want to download it, you can just go here, search for VirtualBox, And also you can, it should be VirtualBox download or whatever. So this is VirtualBox. It is by Oracle. You go to it, virtualbox.org, and then all you need to do is just to do download, and then you download based on what platform you are using. I'm using Windows. I have already that downloaded on my computer. And this is what VirtualBox is. Very good. So I have already tested OPNsense before, but I'm going to do a new one. So I'm going to create a new virtual machine. I will call it OPNsense, and let's call it OPNsense 2 to differentiate. And it's going to be BSD on 64, so FreeBSD 64. I will make a little bit the memory for this OPNsense to be a bit high. And I'm going to say here, create a virtual hard disk now. So what we have downloaded from OPNsense is nothing more than a DVD that you put it. And then once this software or this virtual machine will run, it will load the configuration from the DVD. But then you have to install it to be installed on a hard disk, which is this one, the virtual hard disk. Okay, then I will say create. And they ask you what hard disk file type you want to use. So I'm going to say VDI. It's better that you make it over, of course, don't make it 2 terabyte, 2 gigabyte, because if you do it 2 gigabyte, then the Zenarmor will not work. So just make your hard disk a bit bigger. And I'm going to say virtual disk image, VirtualBox disk image. So this is the hard disk size. And then I will say, okay, now we go to here and I will say settings. So this is the settings of my OPNsense. So these are the names. Okay, we don't care too much about the names. So it's going to run on the optical first, then on the hard disk, which is perfect. The storage. So you can see this is my hard drive, which is at the moment doesn't have anything. And this is, I'm going to go here and I have to say that I want to put the OPNsense. So this is what is the file that I have downloaded. So this is going to be installed on the DVD. Okay. And then let's check over here. We have the adapter. We are going to work on the adapter later. But for now, let's put it everything not attached. I'm going to use two adapters, one for the WAN and one for the LAN, because I'm going to do a lab where I have a computer connected to this OPNsense, and then this OPNsense connected to the internet. And I want to use the Zenarmor to be able to block some applications on my computer. And that's all what I need to do. And then I will say here, okay, so this is ready. Now I will go to the GNS3. So GNS3 is also is free of charge. So everything I'm showing now you is free of charge. Yeah, everything is free of charge. So GNS3 is an emulation software where you can emulate different type of, let's say, vendors like Cisco, Juniper, whatever. So you can just all of them, put them on GNS3, and then you can make your lab, you can connect everything together, and it works perfectly. All right. So now what I'm going to do, just to make, I will say here, let's open a new blank project, and I will call it Zenarmor. Okay, so this is a project now. Very good. Now, before we start applying anything here, we have to get the Zenarmor or the OPNsense that we have on the VirtualBox on this GNS3. So we go to the preference, and over here on the VirtualBox, we can see on the VirtualBox here, if I make a new, it says to you run this VirtualBox virtual machine on my local computer. That's fine. And over here, it will list for me the OPNsense 2 that I put it on the VirtualBox. So I'm importing the OPNsense 2 from the VirtualBox to the GNS3. Finished. So now it's there. I need to do some adjustment here. I want to say that this has two interfaces, and normally the names of the interfaces are EM0, EM1. So I'm gonna use one interface for the WAN, as I said, and one interface for the LAN. Yeah, that's it. Very good. So now I want to install it on GNS3 and I want to run it, but also I want to connect it to two different devices. So what we need to do at this moment is just go from here, and then we should see OPNsense 2 is there. So I'm gonna put OPNsense 2 here. I'm gonna take a cloud and put it there, and another cloud, put it there. So this cloud 1 represent my internet connection, cloud 2 represent a computer, or maybe it's better than to not use cloud 2. Let's do it like this. I will use, if I have some, let's say if we have, yeah, this one, Windows 7. So this is a virtual Windows 7, so it's a computer. And then I connect my computer to OPNsense on EM1, for example. And we do EM0, we connected, but before we do that, let's go to the cloud. And inside the cloud, let's go from here to configure. And I will put the Wi-Fi. So my Wi-Fi on my computer is gonna be the one giving internet to this OPNsense. So I'm gonna connect Wi-Fi to EM0. Very, very, very good. All right, excellent. Now let's run everything. Yes, I want to run everything. So with this way, I have made a lab now that I have a Windows 7, a computer with Windows 7 connected to OPNsense, connected the OPNsense connected to the internet. So as you can see here, this is first my Windows 7. So you can see it's loading. So I will keep it to load. And this is my OPNsense. Very good. So I think by now you can see the letters. So this is OPNsense is being now installed from the DVD that we have put it. The software, we got it from OPNsense. It's now using it to be able to download it or to install it. But now this doesn't work right away. We have to use the installer to be able to install it to the hard disks. Now, other way to say, in case I don't install it on the hard disk OPNsense, then it will always use the CD or the DVD, and every time it starts from the DVD, meaning asking me to install OPNsense every time. So what we need to do, it's like you have a DVD for Windows. You put it on the computer one time and you install Windows on your hard disk. The same way I'm going to do now. We have OPNsense on a DVD. We want to install it on the hard disk, and the hard disk that I have created, which has something like 20 gigabyte. All right, so we have to wait for this to finish. Okay, as you can see, we have reached to this level, but we are still running on the DVD. Now, to install it, we have to go to the login. We should write installer, and the password should be OPNsense, OPNsense. Now it takes us to install, and here we go. We start. Continue with default key map, then enter. Install as ZFS or UFS. I would take the first one. You can also choose the second one if you want. And now it's a matter of only to install. So it has detected that there is a hard disk, which is ADA. So this will check it, and then I will say here, okay. And at the say, this is the last chance you want to destroy the current content on the disk. Yes. And now the OPNsense will be installed on the hard disk. At the same time, what you need to know or to do is that if we go here to the VirtualBox on the settings, if it allows you that you go again to the system, I think at this moment because it's running. So what we need to do is just to take the optical to put it under the hard disk. So next time when it reboot, it will take the software on the hard disk after it's being installed and not on the optical. But for the moment we can't do it because it is being used. So we have to wait for this to be finished, and then once it's finished, we come back. All right, so after it has been finished installing, now we can say the complete installation. I'm not gonna change the password or the root password. and then I will say here yes, and I will abort for the moment, and because I want to, if I want to reboot, then I need first that to check if we can change the, let's have a look. So not yet, we can't do that. All right, so anyway, what we can do for now is just I will go to the root, and then to OPNsense, and then I will say 6 or 5 to power off the system. Yes, I want to power off the system. So it's gonna power off the system. Very good. Now I will go inside of it. Settings. I am going to go to the system and to put this optical under the hard disk and floppy. Of course, we don't use floppies anymore. Under the hard disk, and then I'll say here, okay. Very good. I'll go to the GNS3. You better do it from the GNS3 because now we stopped it, and this should still be showing that it is running. So we stop it from here. And now I think also we need to do something with the interfaces. So we go back to the Oracle. Very important for this to work, you have to change something on the interfaces. So the adapter 1, you make it NAT, and the adapter 2, you make it generic as it is. So this will to be NAT to get the IP from the wireless that I put it as my one. Very good. Now let's go to the OPNsense, and then I will say start, and also I will start the Windows. I know that the process takes a bit of time, but once you do it one time, then that's it. You don't need to do it again and again. So let's see what is happening with the OPNsense now. It should load now from the hard disk and not anymore from the DVD. And now we can see that the process is going a bit faster at this moment. Maybe it will stop a bit when we reach to the interface. And yeah, we have just to wait for this to finish, and then we have to do some config to be able to enter from it to the OPNsense from the Windows, which is Windows 7 system that I have on GNS3. At the same time, I'm going to go to the Windows to see if it has started. So it's starting now. So this is just a machine to do the tests, okay? That's it. So we wait for the Windows to boot up. I'm gonna go to that one. 1 2 3 4 5 6. My password is 1 2 3 4 5 6, and we should be okay now. Okay, let's go here. As I said, we'll have to wait a bit when it reaches to the WAN interface, but that's normal. It's trying to get an IP from the WAN interface or on its WAN interface. That's normal. Let's check the Windows now. So we have Windows there. Excellent, very good. In the meantime, what I can do, I can go to the Windows here. Let's see what IP we have on this Windows 7. So let's have a look. Okay, we have an IP 192.168.1.2. This is a subnet mask, and the gateway 192.168.1.1, meaning that the interface which is connected to this PC, which is on OPNsense, needs to have an IP 192.168.1.1. And this is the DNS. Very good. I will keep everything as it is, and now we go to the OPNsense to see if it's finished. Here we go. We are there. So to enter is root, and password is OPN, so OPNsense, OPNSE. Okay, so this is what we have now. We have to work a bit about assigning the interfaces and set the interface IP address. So we start with assigning. Remember, if we go to the over here and we go to the interfaces, you can see that EM0 is on the WAN and EM1 is to the LAN. Okay, remember EM0 is to the WAN. So we go to assign interfaces 1. Do you want to configure lags? No. Do you want to configure VLAN? No. Now it says which one is the WAN. You have EM0 and EM1, so I'll say EM0 is the WAN, and the LAN is EM1. And do you want to configure other interfaces? No. So this is the WAN EM0 and LAN EM1, yes. So now this is done from that side. Now we have to work on the IP addresses. So let's wait for this to be applied. Very good. Actually, we can see that it has already received an IP on the WAN. And let's see if this IP on the LAN, my computer can reach it. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like everything now is working. So if I go to the ping, let's make it a bit bigger. It's okay. I think you can see it, 192.168.1.1. It looks like it can't still ping it. So let's do then, in this case, the rest of the work here. We'll go to the number 2, set interfaces, number 2. All right, let's start with the WAN. So I'll say number 2, that is the WAN. Configure IP address on the WAN via DHCP. Yes, let it get an IP from the DHCP. DHCP version 6, no. If you want to put IP address, IPv6 address manually, no. So I say enter. Do you want to change the graphic user interface from HTTPS to HTTP? No. Do you want to generate new self-signed? No. And do you want to restore the GUI access default? No. So this is the WAN, is finished. Now we have to go to the LAN. Let's have a look. Oh, I can see that the LAN has already got an IP, which is 1.100. Let's try now to see if we can ping it. Ping 192.168.1.100. Very good, so we can ping it. So, meaning I can now go to Google Chrome, for example, from the Windows 7 computer, and I can go to 192.168.1.100. Now don't forget, we have to change here the gateway, because our gateway should be 1.100 and not 1.1. So that's something I have to do it from here, 1.100. Meaning now, if I go to the command line again, and I'll make ping to a.a.a.a to see if we can go to the internet. Yes, via OPNsense, and ping to google.com to see if the DNS is working. Not yet, because we need to set it up. Very good. Now it's fine. So we go to 192.168.1.100, advance, and then proceed. It takes me to the OPNsense. We will see in a moment. So this is OPNsense opening. I'll make it a bit bigger. So root, password, OPNsense, OPNsense. Log in. You can see that we are on OPNsense now. There is OPNsense there. So all what we have now done has nothing to do with the new plugin that I have mentioned about it beginning of this video, but we're getting there. So first is you have to do the wizard. So this is over here, it takes you to the wizard. I'll say next. Let's do the wizard. So you can change the name of the OPNsense. Here what you need to do is to put the DNS. Okay. Now it's a matter of next, and it's finished, the wizard. So it's the time zone. And here we already have done that for the WAN. So here I don't want to block private network for entering the WAN, because I do have private network entering the WAN. So if we do that, then it will not work. Unless you have a public IP on your WAN, then that should be possible to block them. So here they say, okay, the LAN interface, you want it to be 1.1 or 1.100. I will leave it as it is, 1.100. to not change it on my computer again. Okay, the root password, I'm not gonna change it. You can change it to make it, of course, a bit stronger. And now it will reload. In a moment, we will go back, and then we can start working with the Zenarmor. So up to now, we have downloaded the OPNsense. We put it on the virtual box, Oracle Virtual Box. We create also a lab on the GNS3. We installed it on our hard disk, and of course we connected to it, and it's working perfectly. We put IP addresses on the interfaces. Now we are on OPNsense already. Now we have to see how we can download the software or the plugin, which is Zenarmor, to be able to see how we can work with it. So let's go directly and see how this can be done. So now we have to get the plugin for Zenarmor. If we go to the system and you go to the firmware, and on firmware you have plugins. So you go to the plugins and you try to search for this plugin, which is called Zenarmor. So you can see that you have the OS Sunny Valley. So this is actually the name of the company that you need to download it. So you just make auto install it. You click on install, and it says to you installation auto that you have to update your OPNsense. So in this case, what we need to do, we have to go to status, and then we have to go check for updates, and you need to update your OPNsense in order to be able to install that piece of plugins to work. So you get this page, and then you say, okay, I'm gonna update all those, and then click on update, and then this will start. It may take a few minutes to have everything installed on the OPNsense, but that's a very required step that you need to do in order to be able to use the Zenarmor. Okay, you can see now that the update or the software has been upgraded, the OPNsense software, and now it's rebooting. So we have to wait for it until it comes back on. Then we can start installing the plugin for Zenarmor in order to use it for this lab. So let's wait for this to be rebooted and back. So here we have OPNsense is back. So now we go to root, and again OPNsense, root OPNsense, and we try to log in. And now we can get the plugin. So there are two plugins that you need to install. What you can do, you can go from again from the system, and you go firmware and plugins. And from the plugins over here, of course, you can see this is the dashboard of OPNsense showing up for us, but I'm not going to speak about OPNsense. Maybe I will do another video speaking about OPNsense. But for here, you can go to Zenarmor. You just search for it on the name. Yeah, this one. First you installed it, so Zenarmor. And just install that one. Now it should be possible to be installed. This is done. Very good. So let's wait for this to be finished. Now we go to the status, and sorry, to the plugins, and then we have another one which we need to download it, which is already solid, OS Sensei. So this is next generation firewall extension for OPNsense in the Zenarmor. And now we get that this package is provided for external from the external vendor. I'll say fine, install it. And also we installed that one. And we wait for this to be finishing. And once we have it installed, we will see that the Zenarmor will be shown up on this over here on the on this place somewhere over here. So let's wait for this to be finished. And yeah, we will see somewhere on the tab, I think maybe between interface and firewall, but we will see in a moment. Let's wait for this to be finished. Okay, you can see this is already done over here. Let's check if there anything more it's doing. I think it should be finishing now. So now if you don't see it, just refresh it, refresh the page. And once we refresh, we should see it somewhere. Let's have a look. Here we go, Zenarmor. You can see it. So now we go to Zenarmor to see what we can do there. So this is the dashboard of Zenarmor. Okay, very good. So now over here you have to accept the terms and conditions, and then you have to create a database. Very important that you create a database for the Zenarmor to work. So this may take a bit of time because it's going to check your hardware to see if Zenarmor can run successfully. So again, remember, you have to have very good CPU, very good memories, and also you have to have space for hard disk, because Zenarmor has to use all those resources in order to be able to do the firewalling for you. Alright, so now it's been success. Now you can install on the local using MongoDB or remote. So I'm going to use this one, the local that's being installed locally. Very good. So the database has been installed. Now the interfaces. That's first you need to say what mode you want to use it. Normally it is by default layer 3 mode, reporting and blocking. That's something using the emulated netmap driver. So I will keep it as it is. And now you have to say which one is your LAN and which one is your WAN. So this is your WAN, and you can also here say that one is the LAN, EM1 is the LAN, and you check that one that where you want to be protected. So I want to protect my LAN. And now here they ask you for if you want to get free trial for business or get a free edition. So that is the free one for edition. Actually, I do have a key. I'm going to use the key that I have. Then I have all features, but this key is also valid for 3 days only. I'm going to use this key. And now it's completed. That's it. So that's what the installation for the plugin Zenarmor, how you can do it. So now we have to do the restriction to see what we can restrict. Okay, we are now back to here. We can see that Zenarmor is running. This is the dashboard. Over here you can see the CPU utilization, the disk, the memory, and so forth. So you can see Zenarmor is running. The devices, it will show you what are the devices that you have. At this moment it's only one device, which is this computer. This is for the reports. Then when you get some reports, if you want to see the threads, what has been blocked, the traffic you're doing, so forth. So at this moment there's nothing, of course, because we didn't start doing any traffic. Also it will show you the live sessions. So what are the sessions that are open on the OPNsense at this moment. You can, of course, this takes time to load it, but you can get everything there. There is the Activity Explorer. And what is nice for me to show you, maybe the settings. Let's go to the settings first. So on the settings, you can see what this Zenarmor can do for you. You can see cloud threat intelligence, intrusion detection and prevention. You can also enable the cloud management portal to be able to log into that software or plugin via the cloud. You can exempt some VLAN and network to not be affected by this Zenarmor. So rules to create, they'll not be affected. The block notification page, what you get in case you are blocking something, so you can put what the page should show, and so forth. You have a lot of things you can do. Backup, you can do restores, the logging, the subscription, and so forth. What is important is to work with the policies. And that's, I really like it. So here you can create a policy. Let's call it test, for example. And if I go to test, to that policy, and we go inside of it. So over here in this policy, you can say, okay, I want, for example, the status to be enabled. Now we can't enable it because we have to put at least an interface. So something to do with over here. So this is the interface I want to apply on it. this security, and then yeah, here you can start doing the security. If you have security, for example, I want to stop all the malware, the viruses, the phishing, the hacking, the spam system, potential dangerous, and so forth. You have advanced security as well, so you can see all those categories. You can stop them. You can go to the application by itself. For example, if I go from here to Facebook.com, I can see normally it should open, so we can log into Facebook. Very good. So let's go to the application here, and then on this app, let me remove my video so you can see. So over here you have the social media somewhere, should be showing up. Let's scroll down. So this is the social network. I go inside this social network and I want to stop everything which is Facebook. App, events, friends, group, like, messages, mobile, note. So all of those are for Facebook. Yeah, so I'm gonna drop everything what I see here for Facebook to see if my computer will still be able to go to Facebook. And yeah, that's it. That's what I'm going to do for now. Apply it. The test is open. Now, if we try, let's go to another browser, because this may have already the caching. So I will go to another browser and I will go to ask me later, Facebook.com to see if it's gonna open. So it's not opening. Now I will go to Google Chrome also to try Facebook.com. Here we go. You can see it's blocking. It does not allow you to go to Facebook. Why? Because we have created this policy. And very important something to mention, that what you create here on the policy is that it's used the end logical, meaning that if you stop Facebook and YouTube and so it will make and, means everything will be stopped. It's not or Facebook or YouTube or whatever. So you can see that this Facebook is not open. What else you can do? You can go to the web control. And on the web control also you can have something called category-based control. On the category-based control you have a lot of things that you can stop. Adults, advertisement, blog, and so forth. So everything can be stopped here. Now the TLS control, that you have to get an upgrade to use it. The cloud access also. Exclusion, that means here you can whitelist some IPs. You can say, I want this IP to allow to use Facebook if you are stopping Facebook, and here you get the IPs showing up. So that's what I wanted to show you for Zenarmor. So this is all what I wanted to show you in this video. It was too long, but it's very nice. I think it's a nice feature, a nice plugin that you can get it. OPNsense is for free, and you get Zenarmor also the free edition. You can use it, and it works perfectly as if you want to do some type of firewalling and stopping traffic or applications or URL that you don't want. So this is what I wanted to show you in this video. I hope it was informative for you, and I'll see you in some other videos.